You know what all this
Who
is
is
right
that?
now?
Yeah,
This is cold opening.
this is good
yeah.
cold
This
opening.
is cold opening content. We call it cock. Cold opening content.
Don't forget, cock.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of the Hooligans podcast, and it's very special in a bad way, actually, because
Well, we'll see.
yeah, hey, maybe it's good.
We'll
We
see
might have a
about that.
fundamental change coming up here.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out this week, but we're running a little short-staffed here. It's just gonna be Tyler, myself. We got Jose,
Hey,
Nick,
Hey everyone.
and Steven,
Hi guys.
Mr. Chatterbox himself.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You know me.
and everyone else is either
MIA.
busy or they're not feeling well.
Is a bum.
But that's okay. We there might be a couple times
where that just happens.
you know, the whole cast just won't be here. And that's fine.
and it'll probably be better.
Yeah, maybe. But we're just gonna keep it rolling. So the first thing I want to talk about, right? Y'all ever seen Toy Story?
I have seen Toy Story.
Boy, have I ever.
Yes.
Yes.
So I know Jose for sure has seen it, but has anyone else seen Toy Story 4 yet?
Nah.
I have not. I don't think I've seen
Okay.
3. Actually, no, I saw 3. I haven't seen 2.
Really?
I don't. I don't know. I watched the first
What?
one a billion times, and then I just. You guys know how I am with movies. I'm fucking awful with watching movies.
Yeah,
Sure.
So.
I think Toy Story 2 is like just as good, if not better, than Toy Story 1.
Yeah.
What happened in that
I-
one?
In the second
Toy
one?
Story?
Yeah.
Woody gets taken.
Yeah.
Oh, I may have seen it like once, like forever ago.
It's
but
the one
I-
with it's the one with the scene where the old dude like cleans up Woody. And it's like one of the most like
Pleasant things to watch.
pleasant. Yeah.
Satisfying.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's coming back to me now. It's coming back to
That's the
me.
one with the
Yeah.
traffic cone scene as well.
Traffic cones, the Alice Toy Barn.
Yeah.
There's so
Jesse.
many iconic moments.
It's probably been
Yeah,
a good
Jesse and
15 years or some
Bullseye.
shit.
And
Which then makes me think, is Zurg in Toy Story 1 at all?
I
I
think,
think he's mentioned.
is he in like a commercial or
Probably.
I think
'cause
he's in
there's-
like the Buzz Lightyear commercial. Yeah.
Okay. But then he
Yeah,
actually
it's been a
appears in
while.
Toy Story 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
yeah, go off. Talk about Toy Story 4, man.
You know, if we're gonna say that Toy Story 2 is on par with Toy Story 1, I would say, personally, I thought Toy Story 4 was on par with Toy Story 3, which was surprising to me.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I won't get spoilers on 4, I guess, but for 3, like that whole ending part where
He's like
where he gives
like
the
neighbor
toys
kid.
away
Oh.
to the little kid.
To Bonnie.
Yeah, to Bonnie. Yeah, I cried. Even
Someone
more
was
than,
cutting
like,
onions
the
in
part.
the theater. Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, it was really weird. Even more at that part than even like the part where they're about to be incinerated, which is where everyone was like, "Oh, I bawed during that part," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that was pretty sad," but yeah, I don't know that.
But I would rather
was, like,
them
got to
die
me.
than be given.
I don't know. I guess there's something about like it resonated with me because I was also that age of like moving out from home and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how, man.
Were
I
you?
hate this. Wasn't
Toy
it?
Story
Or
3?
am I
That
not?
was like
That
middle
That
school.
was 2011.
What the? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. No, was it
'Cause
2011?
I
Kicked
rem-
out of your home.
Because
What?
I remember,
I don't know, dude.
I remember when
Wow.
I remember seeing Inside Out this summer before I went to college.
Yeah.
And that's why I've never watched that movie again.
Whack.
Yeah, Toy Story
Wow,
3
yeah.
was 2011, I think.
Yeah, I know we watched it.
That just
I could have
'cause it
sworn
was
I
a
watched it
10-year
in like
gap.
7th grade or 8th grade or something like that.
goes to show how memory is not reliable.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. Maybe I guess just growing up thing kind of resonated. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But this one wasn't bad. I expected it to be like just under par. but I think it came right at the level that I wanted it to be at.
I don't know. I feel like it's Pixar, right? That
Yeah.
does Toy Story.
Yeah, it's Pixar.
They've been fucking knocking it out of the park a lot the past like several years. I feel like, especially with a series as profound as Toy Story, you can't afford to fuck it up.
What was before
Yeah.
this
So-
one?
It's funny. Yeah, actually, I was gonna say, Steven, it's funny that you say that they've been knocking it out of the park lately, because they actually really haven't.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about to
really?
say I'd probably disagree with that.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm
The last thing that they had, I think, was that dinosaur one, and that flopped.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
no,
Okay.
The
no,
dinosaur?
Incredibles 2 came out.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
Incredibles
yeah.
Last
2.
year.
Okay, yeah.
And
The last thing that wasn't a sequel, I guess. though.
Coco came out the year
Coco was
before.
good.
Oh, okay. Wow. See, I don't remember anything.
Cars
Coco was
3,
good. I liked Coco a lot.
and then Finding Dory before that, and then The Good Dinosaur, and then Inside Out in 2015.
I still
Monsters
haven't-
University.
I never saw.
Dang.
I hated Monsters University. I never saw.
What?
I didn't hate it. I should amend
Yeah.
that statement.
I mean,
It
it
was
wasn't
not.
Monsters,
Inc.
It wasn't Monsters. I didn't like some plot stuff, but maybe the show will be better.
Yeah, I
I
think
never
it kind
saw
of
The Good Dinosaur or
Neither have
Dory
I.
or Cars 3. Although I've heard that one's pretty good actually. I like Coco. Incredibles 2. I was like, it
it was decent.
was decent.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
But,
I mean, it's just
The
you
Incredibles
can't-
is just so good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, The Incredibles is
I
my
would have
favorite
liked it.
Fantastic Four movie.
If they had done like a further time skip, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose like immediately after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because it's like supposed to happen immediately after,
Yeah.
but
It was like 10
if
years.
you listen, the voice actors have very much aged 10 years.
Sure.
Also, I think Dash is a completely different voice actor.
Is it? Yeah, I would believe
I mean,
it.
you kind of have to when it's that long
Yeah.
of a jump.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. After like, they were on a roll from like Toy Story all the way to like Wall-E maybe.
Wall-E.
Yeah.
And then,
Up
like,
came out in
Up
there.
Up was decent. I think a lot of people like the first 15 minutes of Up more so than more so
That's
than the
fair,
rest
that's
of the
fair.
movie.
I still
yeah.
need to watch Wall-E again. I've only seen it
I need
once.
to also.
Wall-E's
And I
great.
think
Wall-E's
it's supposed to be
good.
like really good.
It is
It,
really
it
good.
like ranks up there. I've seen a lot of like Pixar rankings where Wall-E's number one.
Yeah.
yeah, I
There's
think
a lot
it's
of social commentary in
I
there.
think it's great just because like the first 20 or so minutes are just not dialogue. It's just sound. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and you're just spending time with Wall-E and it's still entertaining. And they humanize a robot really really easily, like flawlessly, and it's really
Yeah.
good.
Brave,
But,
Brave kind of. I don't remember
I don't
Brave
think
being that
Brave-
big.
Yeah, I don't think Brave did too
He
well.
was kind of forgettable for being
I hate that
honest.
movie so much.
I got like for people who don't know me personally, I have red hair, and if it grows out, it gets kind of like curly and frizzy sometimes. Not super curly, not like the girl in Brave, but I got so much crap about like, bro, Tyler, we saw your movie. It's like, ha, how funny.
Just gotta start straightening your hair again, Tyler.
Oh gosh, no.
I had never seen it before, and then I had to watch it twice in the same week in high school because it was like finals week,
Oh no.
and one teacher decided to
Oh.
put it on, and then someone else decided, and I was like, "You telling me I gotta sit through this crap again?" So now I really don't like that movie. It's not bad though.
Please give me some work to do.
yeah, but
What is? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jose.
no, yeah, I think I knew where you're going with this. So go ahead and ask.
What is y'all's favorite Pixar movie?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Okay.
Ratatouille is good.
I love
That
Ratatouille.
dude is
Ratatouille's
very
good.
good.
I honestly don't. I'd have to think about it for
It's
a
hard,
while, but
yeah.
probably The Incredibles, just because The Incredibles is like up there among my favorite movies in general.
For sure.
I really
definitely.
like it.
It varies. Sometimes I want to say Monsters Inc. And sometimes I want to say The Incredibles. And then other times it's Toy Story 2.
Monsters
But-
Inc. is a close second for me.
Yeah,
Monsters
Inc.
Inc.
really
is
like Monsters
so
Inc.
fantastic.
good.
I used to
But-
watch that movie like literally every day when I was a kid.
Did y'all see the trailer for Onward?
Yes.
Haven't.
No.
It's the next Pixar, and it has Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
Ooh.
Oh man, they're gonna sell out so
It's
many theaters.
it legitimately looks good, and
Uh-huh.
it's the plot. I mean, there's obviously not that plot, but it's like a fantasy setting.
Oh,
But it's
I've seen
urban.
like posters and stuff for it.
Yeah, it's like an
yeah.
urban fantasy. So there's like
Yeah.
gnomes and elves and dragons and stuff, but it's as if they lived in a modern urban city.
Interesting.
It's Pixar's take on Bright.
Yeah,
Well, it's
Yeah.
got,
Without
Octavia's
the-
feature, too.
sexually
Without being
abusive
bad.
writer.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I was never a fan of Max Landis, so I'm not fretting.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, I'm still sympathize, of course.
you know who
with
should be
the
fretting?
victims
Right.
and stuff.
Max Landis.
Yeah. Well, let's keep this a little lighthearted.
Anyways, back to
maybe.
Pixar.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So Pixar.
But I also saw Toy Story 4, and
Yeah.
I was also cautiously I was optimistic. I was just like, you know what?
Mhm.
I love Toy Story, and I think they'll do right by it. I was also very worried just because I feel like Toy Story 3 is such a good way to end it and just leave it as a
Mhm.
trilogy. So
Yeah.
I was so worried. I was like, what are they gonna do? But
Some weird
honestly,
spin-off, yeah.
honestly, this Toy Story movie is just as much of a Toy Story movie as all the others.
I've heard it
it's-
acts
good.
like a good epilogue.
Yes, yeah, like it could be like a
Yeah,
standalone
yeah.
thing almost.
I got that feeling as well. Cause even like, I mean, not that anyone hasn't seen the first 3 Toy Story
Yeah.
movies, but if you hadn't, I feel like you still probably could have seen it, and you probably wouldn't have connected with like the main characters as much.
For sure.
But you still would have had like an enjoyable movie experience.
Yeah, I would agree.
So this just like takes place with like the new kid that gets the toys, right? Is that
Yeah.
It picks up like immediately after that, or is it just like skipping forward to something else?
It skips forward. I mean, they show this in the trailer, so I'll just say it kind of revolves around this, like she like makes a toy out of like a fork,
Spork.
and yeah, out of a spork, and it like kind of revolves around that character.
Interesting.
But yeah, they're all with this new kid now.
I mean, she's still a little girl, so
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say it's not that big of a time skip.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's very very much far ahead.
But-
definitely, there's definitely a little bit of time has passed.
It's
Yeah.
not Incredibles 2.
Yeah. But man, the animation was just so good. Pixar never
Right?
Pixar never fails in that department.
Yeah,
It's-
definitely.
Jesus.
I've seen stuff about the cat, which is in the trailer.
Yeah,
so
the
it's not a
cat.
spoiler.
I thought the cat was real.
Yeah, there's sometimes you have to like questions like, wow, this is a cartoon, because it just some of the stuff is actually like almost photorealistic.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy like just good animation, you'll enjoy this movie, just based on that. But just it's a good movie, man. I think it's a good addition. I think there could be like an argument to be made about, which one's like which would be the better ending, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4. But I can see
Mhm.
why. I don't know. I can see why this also works as an ending for sure.
Yeah.
And also just like I almost had like an existential crisis just watching it, because it's like kind of one of the themes of the movie. It's like your purpose, and
yeah.
once you fulfill that purpose, like what then? And you could even say that just about anything, like when your dreams come true, like when you work so hard to accomplish something, what then? Because I was just like thinking like afterwards, like, man, for the longest time it was like my goal to finish college, and then that was just like the thing I was actively striving for. Now that I'm done, I'm just like, well, now what? And so
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
gonna be like
Make new goals.
once the podcast takes off.
yeah, now my goal is once this podcast starts paying my bills, what
Please
then?
hire us. Please,
Once I start
please,
getting Audible checks.
please hire us.
Yes, please.
Please hire us.
But no, I highly recommend Toy Story 4. It's good, and I think it holds up with the rest.
Nice.
Yeah. And has anyone else seen anything at all?
No, dog.
Nope. Haven't had any time.
Have you guys seen season 2 of Atlanta?
I have.
I've seen it.
I
Yeah.
have not.
Because I
Oh.
actually just finished it recently. It's been a long time. I've been putting it off for a while, but I just finished it.
So
And
good.
man, they know what they're doing.
They really do.
Did
I saw this the Teddy Perkins episode has this there's a YouTube video. I guess it's a little like mini series that I think it's Vanity Fair does.
It is.
Where they get with directors and they like do just little like scene rundowns.
Yeah.
And they got with
I love that.
Hiro Murai. I don't know. how to
Murai.
pronounce- Murai, yeah. And he like broke down one of the scenes of the Teddy Perkins episode, which is a standout episode.
For sure.
Very good.
You can see it like you
Very-
can see it without the context of like the show. I think it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
for
it's pretty
sure.
much a short film.
There is no context to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little bit, but
There's a little bit of a
Not too
story, but
much.
each episode kind of stands on its own.
Yeah.
this is kind of little vignettes.
But the Teddy
Very
Perkins
good,
episode
though.
it was probably my favorite of the season. Just because
Yeah, that one, the barbershop one, also
Yeah,
was pretty
I like-
funny. And
I like the barbershop one.
good.
the barbershop one was
Yeah.
really good. I think it even
Um,
got like nominated for best writing. I think.
Which
Yeah,
is the
it-
one?
Deservedly so.
Which is the one where Al gets lost?
Oh, The Woods?
Oh,
The woods.
I think it's what it's
is that
called.
what it's called?
What's the plot of that one? Like, what happens besides him like going in the woods?
So
What?
he's like hanging out with that girl. She's like
Oh, that's right.
an Instagram model, I think.
Yeah.
She's like trying to like
and
she was really controlling
Yeah.
from what I remember.
Yeah.
and she's like, you need to like get your social media presence up, and he's just like, no, that's like, I don't really like that fake stuff, and she's like, it's not fake, you're just like trying to get successful, aren't you trying to be successful? And he's just like,
Right.
and then they get into an argument, and then he leaves.
Yeah. That's that like episode was a tribute to I forgot the actor's name.
I was about to look it up actually.
Yeah, his mom had like died the year before, and that's
Is it
at the end.
Brian Tyree Henry?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that one.
That whole episode was like a tribute to her because in the beginning of the episode it shows him sleeping on the couch, and then his mom is like in the
Oh,
room
that's
cleaning
right.
up, but then he wakes up and she's not there. And then at the end of the episode, I think it has it like in memory of and whatever her name was.
That's right. I do remember that opening.
That was a really cool episode, especially how it ended to where he was in the gas station and the fan just asked for a photo and he still gave it.
Yeah, I
So
really
he like
that.
still kept true to himself.
Yeah,
No, that was
he's like, he's kind of blowing up. Not like blowing
He's
up,
about to-
blowing up, but he's about to be in or his Child's Play might already be out by the time we're recording this. I don't even remember.
I
But
think
he's
it
in
is.
I think it
Child's
is.
Play. He's gonna be in the second A Quiet Place.
really. Oh, that's right. I did
Yeah.
hear about that.
What was it? Brian Michael
Um,
Tyree?
Brian.
No.
Brian Tyree
Tyree.
Henry.
Tyree
yes.
Henry, that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, he's in Spider-Verse?
he-
Oh, yeah,
is
that's
he? I
right.
just
He's
saw it.
Jeff.
Oh. Good for him.
Good for him.
Good
Oh
movie.
yeah.
But yeah,
He also
he's a good
got
actor.
nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actor in 2018.
Oh.
So good on him
For
for being Paperboy.
oh
Just
Uh,
supporting actor.
oh for an
comedy
Emmy.
series.
An Emmy.
Yeah,
okay.
an
All
Emmy.
of
Sorry.
that Paperboy.
But yeah, the Barbershop episode was nominated for Outstanding Writing for a comedy series.
That's probably my favorite from the season.
Yeah. I also like the Fubu episode.
Fubu.
Oh yeah, that one was
Which one's Fubu?
funny.
It's
one-
where
It's like where they're kids.
yeah, it's like a
Oh,
a
that one
flashback
was.
episode.
Yeah, that was intense.
It was, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, especially just revolving over just some stupid shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Fubu. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, there's like who has the fake Fubu shirt?
I just like the one bit that I liked was the Florida man.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
man will get you.
Oh, Florida. But they know what they're doing. I'm looking forward. I believe season 3 is supposed to come out this year. Is that what it's? I think is
I
what
hope
it's
so. I
I
projected
think
to
so.
do.
I would hope so.
Oh.
'Cause they
I
can say
hope so.
Atlanta will return in 2019. I'm just like, well, it's 2019. Where is it? But I suggest, yeah, if you haven't seen it, Steven especially.
Yeah,
Did you,
no, I've been.
did you see season 1?
I saw bits and pieces when it like was originally airing, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It's just I'm just bad at watching things. I still need to watch the new Black Mirror series or season and all that shit. So
Yeah.
I liked season 2 of Atlanta more so than 1. 1 is good, but I just
Yeah.
yeah, I saw
one
it's getting better.
is
ratings.
a little unmemorable. Some episodes stand out in my mind, but
For
2
sure.
I can remember a lot of the things that happened,
Okay, I'll definitely have to.
and it ends in a really cool way.
Yeah, it does.
I'll definitely check
Yeah,
that out.
it's been a hot minute since I've seen season 1, but
Yeah.
I feel like I enjoyed season 2 a little bit more.
And it's you said it's kind of standalone where you don't have to like each episode is kind of individual, so it's not like
Yeah,
super
I mean,
dependent on the
there's
previous series.
I would
mean,
still watch it in order, probably.
yeah, I mean, I was
Yeah.
going to, but like it's not like as dependent for like the storyline. It's just really for like context on the characters, more so.
Yes,
I guess so.
there's a bit of an overarching story that
Okay.
they. Not every episode, like the barbershop episode, is very much a standalone episode. They really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
It's just follows Al, whereas some other episodes continue a story that they build. So there is a story. They just kind of take breaks, and it
Okay.
is better, especially in season 2. Like the ending that I'm talking about, there's something that happens a lot earlier that you have to remember for that
Okay.
to have as much impact as it does. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
definitely something to watch in order.
Yeah, yeah.
It's season 2 more so than season 1, because there's like a conflict that persists throughout season 2.
Yeah.
It's all on. It's FX, right?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
on
it's on
Hulu.
Hulu.
All
on
of it
Hulu,
is
okay.
on.
If you've got
Both
if you've got
seasons.
Hulu.
I've got that.
Yeah.
I've got Hulu.
And if you don't have Hulu, you better subscribe to it and not use my account because we don't share accounts.
Never.
Or use our promo code that we don't have.
There's
Use
no,
our
no
fake
promo code. Not
code.
real. Not real.
Use discount code Hooligans to have them tell you that there's not an active discount code.
Yeah. Use Hooligans to pay full price.
You actually have to pay them more for putting them through the hassle.
Yeah. Oh, you were the Hooligans? It's $20 a month.
I was just looking on his like Wikipedia page for Brian Henry.
Yeah.
He was in the original, I think it's the original stage production of the Book of Mormon,
Okay.
which I've always wanted to see. Do y'all know about the Book of Mormon?
Yes.
I know
I've
it's
heard
made
good
by
things about
Trey
it.
Parker and
Yeah, and Matt Stone.
yeah, Matt Stone.
It's yeah, I've always wanted to see it, but I don't really get a chance to go see like stage productions ever.
Yeah.
I want to see the SpongeBob
Unless-
musical.
I've actually heard like good things about it.
Good. How could you not?
Some of the like
It's
just
weird.
costume designs kind of cool. Like it's not even like that extravagant, but like Plankton is just a dude with an eye patch on.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. That's really funny.
That is funny.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we're looking forward to seeing? Like
I was
Can't
just
wait.
thinking about that.
season 3 of Stranger Things?
The
Coming
new
out
yeah,
trailer
that's
looks
what I
really
watched too.
cool.
I didn't watch the new trailer. Is it safe? Is it spoiler free?
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it's pretty vague.
Okay.
I
Maybe I'll
mean,
check it out then.
literally that show is can be so out of left field that it's a lot of the same, really.
Yeah.
But it just kind of shows that I think the kind of like conflict is escalating, but I think you're safe to watch it.
Okay.
It's just
I mean-
kind of cool to see like the summer designs for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. I do like that. It's like, and they always do that thing where it was like every Halloween they were releasing it, but it was always taking place at Halloween, and now they're doing a summer release, and the whole thing's about summer. I've seen
4th
some of
of
the
July.
Coke ads.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the Coke ads, and I think those are kind of funny
Yeah.
and like really clever way to like put it in that time.
I think
and
they're also
make
they
money.
actually are
sure.
bringing back. Maybe I saw a fake thing and it was just a promotional, but I thought I saw something that for a limited time they're bringing back new Coke.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, I don't to coincide with the release. Maybe that
I'd be
was
down to
just
try
a
it.
fake like ad, but I can't remember.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Didn't they get like a huge backlash when that
Yeah.
was released? Like new Coke,
Yeah.
everyone's like, "What's
Yeah,
this?
then they
new?"
rolled it back.
Yeah. was like Crystal Pepsi. People said it like tasted gross, but it just didn't have any coloring in it. So, but it was like all the same flavors.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try Crystal Pepsi. Have y'all seen
Same.
that?
I've tried it.
I don't even think I've actually ever seen it. I've only heard people talk about it. But there's like that video of the guy who drinks the Crystal Pepsi like from the 90s or whatever, and it's like 2012 or something when he does it, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
ends up throwing up.
Oh,
I need to
crazy.
see
It's
it.
like
When did-
obviously beyond expired.
when did Crystal Pepsi come back? What was that for?
It-
I don't know why. It was,
Was
a few
that-
years ago.
Was that
I-
Ghostbusters?
I don't. Yeah, as all our listeners hear us typing.
That's fine.
Throughout the
Yeah.
mid 2010s.
I don't know.
I remember it was in
why
promotion. Of
2016.
it came back.
something.
But
2016.
was there like a reason for it?
There was
Or
a reason. It was to coincide with a movie or something that came out. When did
Really?
Crystal Pepsi come out?
Crystal Pepsi originally?
Yeah.
The 90s. First
Wait.
sold in Europe in the early 90s, 92 to 94 in the US.
Crystal Pepsi themed music festivals will be held in baseball stadiums around the U.S. Performers Busta Rhymes and Salt and Pepper.
Huh?
Okay.
It wasn't that.
I think it was just like I think it was just a Pepsi thing
Yeah.
that they
No,
were like
I know that I'm fairly certain there was a movie coming out that had a big pull in the 90s, and that's why. Hold on.
I don't know, Busta Rhymes and Salt and Pepper definitely
That's pretty big pull
That's
right
a
there.
good
yeah.
enough
had a pull in
reason.
the 90s. Yeah.
Maybe it was just a Pepsi thing. I could have sworn there was a movie that. Wait. It was Back to the Future.
Was it?
Oh,
There was like, I think it was the Back to the Future anniversary. It was the date or it was the anniversary of Back to the Future, like a notable anniversary, and I think they brought it back for that.
I think that was a different like Pepsi thing.
Yeah, it's a throwback bottle, is what it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's the what's it called? Pepsi Perfect. It was like that weird
Yeah,
shaped
yeah, yeah.
bottle. It wasn't a
Oh.
throwback. It was supposed to be like a futuristic bottle. But then they did that really wrong. They only sold like 800 or some small number of
Okay.
bottles instead of like releasing it into stores, which would have made them way more money. I don't know why they
Can be exclusive,
they
bro.
Okay.
kind of didn't do that one. Right.
All right. Dang. I
Crystal
really thought that was
Pepsi.
with someone. There's not a whole lot coming out right now. Yesterday, I want to see
yeah, just-
yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, I actually do want to see
I
yesterday.
also want to see yesterday.
Looks
I,
like the premise.
I think it's I'm okay right now with any movie that's just like an original script.
Yeah.
I just like I'm a big Marvel fan. I like all the obviously I saw Toy Story 4. I like a sequels as much as the next guy, but like I just some new fresh ideas I would very much appreciate, and yesterday seems like something I've never seen done before.
Yeah.
But you also have to listen to the Beatles, so where's the
Yeah,
I mean,
oh,
you
oh,
listen to
Hey,
Who are the
hey
Beatles?
now. Who are the
yeah,
Beatles?
The Whomst?
not the Who, the Beatles.
Oh, the Who.
Have-
No, that was a. What's the rock opera that the Who wrote? Is it called Tommy? Is that what it's called? Pinball Wizard.
Pinball
or
Wizard.
Pinball Wizard's a song.
I think it was Tommy.
Yeah.
Sounds some 60s name.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down to see that. Have you guys ever like thought about that though? Just like if this artist didn't exist. I don't know. I've had like daydreams like that where I'm just like, yeah, I would totally like record those songs from memory and like see if it would, make me as successful as
catch
that
on.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like going back in time with like music that you have now and seeing how like
Mhm.
what people's reaction would be to it.
Playing
Dude,
fucking,
I wanna go and record Death Grips in the 50s. It seems like it would go over well. I think
Yeah,
I'd be
you'd
pretty
be
successful.
like
sentenced to death.
assassinated. Yeah, the fucking like anti-communist like CIA agents coming like kill you
Yeah.
for some reason.
They would
they
JFK
would
you
get me.
before JFK got JFK'd.
Oh man. Wild.
Have you guys heard a lot about late night?
Late night. referring?
It's
Like the concept. Yeah.
no, the movie. It's with Mindy. Is it Kaling? Is that
Kay-
how you
Mindy
say it?
Kaling.
Kaling, yeah, from The Office. And other
Oh,
stuff. She's done other stuff, but it's like her movie. She like wrote it. And it's just about like how she ends up working for like a late night talk show host.
Oh, I've seen trailers for that on Twitch in of all places. I don't know
Really,
why.
I was about to say that's
They-
interesting.
yeah, but sorry, go ahead. I don't know too much about it. I've just seen trailers.
No, yeah, I mean it's supposed to be like pretty good. It's out right now.
Oh.
It was
Got
shot in
pretty
a
solid views.
$4 million budget, if you can believe that.
Whoa.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I just saw that.
So I don't
Wow.
know. I want to see it just because I mean, like you said, supporting original films, right?
Yeah.
She has just wrote her screenplay. I'm sure she might have had it for a while. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know about her life, but I mean, it's supposed to be pretty cool to have like a project that's like yours and see it all the way through. So
Yeah.
I'm really just happy for her because I think she's funny, and I think she's a good actress too. I think she can hold her own. But
For sure.
also Midsummer. If you guys
Oh,
remember me,
yeah.
you guys remember me ranting about about Hereditary.
Hereditary. Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is again I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but Ari Aster's I guess second film, his follow up, and the reviews are just, I mean the critics are just raving about it. Everyone's just like this is like good, and he did like an interview with like Jordan Peele where Jordan Peele was even like, dude, this is something
Oh.
else. This is something special. Like this is something
That's cool.
probably hasn't been like put to screen yet before.
Mhm.
And so that
Ooh.
right there has already got me like, okay, cool. Like if Jordan Peele is like hyping it up and is like infatuated with it, then you know, hell yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
So also,
That sounds
yeah,
good.
it's releasing July 3rd, and
Wild.
I will see it alone if I have to, but
I'll go
preferably
with
not.
you, Jose.
Aw, thanks,
It's like
buddy.
I feel like just from like the trailers and stuff. You know how you're in a movie, you go in a movie and you come out and it's dark.
Yeah.
And so if it's like a horror movie, you like go home and it's all dark and you're like, oh shit, I'm so fucking scared. I feel like this is gonna have the opposite effect. You're gonna be like, you're gonna go home and it's all dark and you're gonna be like, all right, good night. And you wake up and it's light outside and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Because it's supposed to take place like during the day, and it's supposed to be like actually terrifying. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get like blackout curtains, stuff
Just
like that.
gouge your eyes out.
True.
Yikes.
But yeah,
I also saw. I think they did advanced screenings of Spider-Man, and some
that's
critics
right.
were
It's
able to
coming
see
out
it,
soon.
and they had a lot of good things to say.
That's really,
Like-
I'm really glad. This is the sequel to Homecoming, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Yeah, apparently like it has like saw words of like it solidifies Tom as the best Spider-Man, and that it has like one of the best like sequences and endings of like any of the Marvel movies. So hopefully that's not just hype up
Yeah.
conjecture that.
That's some
Yeah.
insanely high praise.
I mean, I like Tom Holland though.
I do like Tom Holland a
Homecoming.
lot.
Definitely.
So
No, I'm really looking forward to seeing that one as well.
Same.
That kind of. Oh, did you have something else to say? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm curious to see like a post Endgame MCU, just in
Yeah.
general.
That'll be
Well,
interesting. Speaking of
let's
Endgame,
go see Endgame again.
Yeah.
See it for
Let's
the first time.
refresh our memories.
Yeah. What do y'all think about that? So, for those of y'all who don't know, Avengers Endgame is coming out again. At the time of this recording, it's going to be like this following weekend.
Comes out the 28th.
Yeah. So, they're releasing it again with added content, but the added content is just a post-credit scene that wasn't in the original film.
Well,
And I think it's like
they said
well,
deleted. They have a deleted scene
oh really?
in it and a special tribute, which is probably Stanley,
That's what I
although
was
it could be
Oh yeah.
it could be potentially someone else
Yeah.
that I'm not gonna say for spoiler reasons still.
Yeah, but
Still
Because
holding
Steven, you
out.
said you didn't see it.
I haven't sat through any of the Avengers
Steven
movies.
hasn't seen Infinity War.
Do you
I
know
haven't
the
seen
spoilers?
Infinity War?
I know. I guess one of the. Can I say what I think it is?
No.
Okay, I think yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive.
Okay.
That was the memes that were going on a while back, right?
What if
Okay.
you
Yeah.
say it and then we bleep it in post?
I guess we could do that.
Yeah, I could do that. It's not.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Spider-Man dies,
Oh,
and then
Well-
everyone dies.
well, we're talking about Endgame.
Oh, and yeah, no fucking clue.
Okay, so you
That's
don't know
kinda crazy,
anything
dude.
about it.
I
Okay.
haven't. Yeah, no, nothing.
Okay,
Wow.
so then yeah, I'm definitely not.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't
was
think we
thinking
need to
Infinity
bleep
War,
it because he just
yeah.
I
spoiled
won't
something
say.
that is way spoiled from
Yeah,
a year
yeah.
old movie.
Yeah.
So
That's how
Yeah.
fucking out of touch I am.
okay,
We'll see if it is bleeped out, then that means Steven was right. If it's not, then maybe he's still right. I don't know.
I mean, so
Yeah.
it could be to the tribute. Could potentially be another character.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that though,
Yeah.
because they
what I
already
really
kind of did.
Yeah, that's true. What I really want them to release is that like whole MCU rundown that Luis, the character
Oh,
from Ant-Man, like gives in his like kind of signature way that he
Method.
did in the first Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I-
did it. It was like a special. If you were at Comic-Con, they had
Yeah.
that one shot.
Yeah. I would like to see that. If they just made that the end credit scene, that'd be fine. But they like included Endgame, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's a cash grab for sure.
Well, it
it
is.
100% is. They're
Um,
like 45 million away from Avatar.
And for that very reason, I almost don't want to see
Oh
it.
no,
But also,
I'm going to pay it. I want Avatar off the list.
Yeah.
See,
I
that,
know,
that
I
was
was
my
about to
next
say.
point. That was my next point. I was just like, I've already paid 3 times to see Endgame, and I don't know. I feel like it was worth it 3 times, but
I'd rather pay again to see Endgame than have to suffer through James Cameron still holding the top spot.
yeah, that
So-
too.
so-
Avatar. What? Why was Avatar that big? I don't.
It is like okay,
First
so
true IMAX. That was a big deal.
every like across the pond over, especially in like a lot of Asian countries, especially in China, which is like a huge market, obviously because of the number of people that are there.
For sure.
Like CG stuff is just huge. Like they'll go see just like stuff just for the CG, which is, I mean, sometimes I do that too.
Yeah, that's why like the Transformers films, like
Yeah, are like,
Like,
very
do really
successful.
well
it's,
there.
It's like mostly international stuff because I think domestically it's already beaten Avatar as far as I could be wrong about that. I don't know.
yeah.
Let's see.
I just like Nick said, I would I would be very happy to see Avatar dethroned, and I think Endgame is a well-deserving movie. So I guess maybe I'll probably end up doing it. Let's go, let's do it.
I just want to see that extra scene. I don't even care how bad it is. I like the movie enough that anything more can just be good.
Yeah. How many times have you seen it, Nicholas?
I've seen it thrice.
Thrice.
I saw it 3 times. Yeah.
Tyler?
I actually only saw it once.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You might.
I
be
saw
the-
it twice in less than like 10 hours.
Whoa.
I saw like a first night showing, and then I saw a showing the next morning.
I was about to say he left the theater and bought another ticket and just walked straight back in.
Well, honestly, and I was kind of glad that I did because I saw it at like a movie tavern the first time, and
Mhm.
that is that was just because that was the quickest like ticket that we could get the day that tickets released.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
not the ideal way to see that movie.
Okay. For what reasons?
Just because people are like, well, for one, their sound system and their screens are just not that great.
Okay.
They're okay. I mean,
I've
it's a
never
movie
been.
theater.
That's why I asked.
They're okay. They're just not that great, and they have like people walking, like servers that will sometimes walk in front of you because they have to go serve whoever.
Yeah.
But also, this dude in front of me kept getting on his phone like throughout the movie
Oh,
That's
to be on
the
Snap
worst.
to be on
I can relate.
Snapchat so that he could let his friends know, like, hey, I'm at the movie, instead of just waiting till the movie's over and saying something. But whatever, go off, I guess.
Should told me to grab
But,
my fucking phone.
No,
Then I saw
honestly,
it in IMAX the next day, and that was way better. And the theater was a lot more respectful.
Yeah, I saw it at the Alamo Draft House,
Yeah.
which is
I've
I
heard-
guess it's like a national chain now.
It is.
They don't
I've heard
do
they're
that. They don't,
better about like walking, like they have like guidelines
yeah.
Yeah,
of like
They're-
if you
they-
show up late, they won't even let you in the theater.
They won't let you in if you're too late. It's like after the previews, pretty much. You can't come in. They will kick you out if you're on your phone, if you're talking too loud. Of course, I've never seen any of this happen, but they threatened to do so, and I have heard about it happening, so I believe it. But like I went and saw Us at a Cinemark, and there's people talking, and I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go back to the Draft House.
Yeah, I wish more. Hell, I wish all theaters would incorporate rules like that because it just makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, I feel like they all do. It's just they're not as like forceful about it as.
Yeah,
Alamos. They're
that's
all just
true.
like, can you please not talk during the movie, please? And then everyone, like fucking Alamo's like, yeah, we're gonna shoot your dad if you talk during the movie.
I saw some essay the other day. I think it was from a British publication that they were like going over how they refuse to go to. I think it's a European theater chain. They refuse to go there anymore because just everyone, there's just no precedent set of theater etiquette, and
Yeah.
so people just like talk and make it an unenjoyable experience. And
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Did
Me
we,
neither.
Did we all see Get Out together?
No,
I did not.
I still haven't even seen that
I
movie.
saw it, but not with you guys. I don't think.
I think I saw it with
None of us saw it with you, Steven.
'cause
I haven't saw it.
It was probably the worst experience I've ever seen, like watching a movie. Just because, like, I mean,
Really?
it's a horror movie. It's not really a horror, just like a thriller, I suppose. But just like
I'd say it's
any
you'd call it a horror.
anytime there was any kind of like twist in the plot, like everyone was just like screaming in it. And I want to say that was at like a Cinemark too, but I usually don't have a huge problem with like people like maybe like whispering or like maybe like a little gasp
Yeah.
here and there during movies. But man, that was
Yeah.
that was the
Like,
worst.
there's, like,
experience
a-
I've had.
There's
I-
definitely
I-
like a shit. Go for it.
Shut up,
I was
Tyler.
gonna say, I was going to say, I'm sure if any of y'all have sat next to me in a theater, you know I make little whispers every once in a while.
Yeah.
But like having a full conversation, like people can hear you even if you're kind of like whispering. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe people just don't know that.
People have no self awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm with Steven. Like I don't mind the occasional like gasp or like cheer or like if you're I don't know an occasional whisper I'll even let slide. If you're like whispering throughout the entire movie, then I'm just like, you know, just stop, please.
This ain't fun.
But
Well,
like,
and keep going.
okay, sorry. But when I saw Endgame for the first time, it was at an AMC, I think, in IMAX. But like, I love the crowd that we like saw it with because they were like really into it, but not too into it. And like this lady that I
Yeah.
sat next to, like whenever like something like big would happen, would almost jump out of her chair. She would just like, yeah, and I was just like, oh my goodness. But like she was like quiet like for the rest of the time, and she like came prepared. She like took tissues out of her purse
Oh shit.
and was just like
Yeah.
was just crying and like cheering and clapping, and I was just like, see, like that's okay to an extent. She definitely didn't like
Yeah.
overdo it, but just like that's cool if
That
you do
was-
stuff like that.
That was my problem the first time I saw Infinity War was people kept like laughing, which there's funny parts in that movie, but
For sure.
it's not like the funniest movie ever, and people just kept laughing through scenes and I couldn't hear dialogue, and so I guess I just had to buy another ticket and go see it again.
Oh darn.
But Endgame was a little better with
No.
that. I was able to hear most everything the first time, but I've watched some like theater reactions on YouTube, and some of them, if I had been in that theater, I would have been like very angry because
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for the like cheering, especially given these two movies were such a big culmination. But
Yeah.
when you're like yelling and like almost interacting, like making yourself a character in the movie,
Yeah.
that's where I'm like, all right, shut up. Like,
It's not
Yeah.
that.
you can cheer a little bit, but you don't need to do like every time Black Panther comes on screen, you don't need to yell Wakanda forever and all this crap. Like, we get it. Even Chadwick Boseman clearly hates you for saying it. Like, just watch the movie and let people hear.
Go buy it and
So.
do that shit at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
The
But-
worst theater experience I've had was in Godzilla 2014
Okay.
because
Really?
this woman would just tell me what is funny about Godzilla? Absolutely nothing. Nothing is funny about it. She thought that was the funniest movie ever made. She
love
laughed at like anything that happened on screen. And I was so ready to just kill her.
That's so funny.
I love that so much. That's,
Yeah,
that's
I've
really
never
funny in hindsight,
been so
though, I feel like.
dumbfounded.
You should have
this-
just walked up to her after the movie. Like, so. Why were you
Please
laughing
explain
so
this to
much?
me.
I don't.
What is
What
so
is funny about like a giant monster just
Wrecking havoc.
She's an anarchist.
wrecking
That's
another,
what it
hitting
is.
another with a tail? Like, whatever.
I think my worst movie experience, I don't think, I know for sure, was I went to go see, ironically enough, A Quiet Place.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
And let me tell you,
It's not a quiet place.
no, that theater was not a quiet place by any stretch of the imagination. And like the movie had already been out. I had already seen it, but I wanted to see it again, and I went with my mother. I just took her out to go see it because like, oh, it's a good movie. I think you'll enjoy it. And like, okay, let's do it. So I bought tickets, and it's like one of those like cheaper theaters because like for movies I've already been out for like a long time.
Oh man.
Oh,
Like a
no.
discount theater, and I should have known. I should have
Yeah.
known,
You
but I
mean
was
where
just
the
like,
cockroaches of society come?
no, I guess you're absolutely right, but
And also the actual cockroaches.
yeah, the literal cockroaches. But I should have known. But right from the get go, like the movie starts. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it's like it starts off, and obviously like the premise of the movie is that it's like very very silent, throughout because there's no speech or anything like that.
hmm
But I could just hear like two girls like probably 2 rows in front of us just talking about, look, it's Jim from The Office. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. But that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was that like maybe like 5 or 10 minutes into the movie, these like 3 or 4 kids, and they're kids. They're probably gonna be older than
Oh
10.
my god.
Oh, no.
Just like literally run into the theater, like run in, and they're just like chasing each other. They're not even there to watch the movie.
Oh,
They're there
no.
playing tag and hide and seek, and they're just running like down the rows and yelling at each other. And I just like I was like livid. I was like, oh my gosh. But like luckily this like woman, like not even like they've been there for like 10 seconds probably. This woman like immediately gets up and like calls someone, and like they stayed for some reason. They let the kids stay there, but I mean they were quieter, not even quiet. They were quieter, and I was just like and I was just like looking at my mom the whole time like, I'm so sorry I'm putting you through this. But
If I've like already said to myself, if I ever have kids, and I want to go see a movie and I can't get like someone to watch the kids, I just am not gonna go see the movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like there, even in Endgame, like I don't know. Maybe obviously never had a kid, so I don't really know what that life is like. But when you bring your kids, like babies, to a movie, I just think it's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
gonna cry. It's gonna be loud. They're gonna wake up and they're gonna cry. Like, why are you bringing a baby to see Endgame?
yeah.
Or the biggest one that I've always thought, why would you bring a kid? Was Ghost Rider 2. Like a movie about fighting like the devil and demons. You know it's gonna, and the main character is a guy with a flaming skull for a head. Like, what kid is gonna look at that and not get scared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why I was nervous about seeing Toy Story 4 because I saw it this past Thursday. Excuse me. So when it pretty much like opened, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
And there was like it was a full house, and there was very obviously a lot of kids there, and I was like so nervous, just like, oh man, I hope these kids are like can like sit still and quiet. And luckily, like I was surprised that everyone was like watching it. So I don't know, maybe kids, maybe just depending on the movie.
I feel
But
like
no, you're right.
when you're a kid, like especially like if you're like really young, like those like scary action movies just like don't
Appeal
and
to you.
appeal to you, entertain you at all. So I mean, like I
Well,
guess
they don't make yeah, they don't make sense.
yeah.
Yeah. And
So
that's not the target demographic
yeah,
either.
not at
Right.
all. So I mean, if you're watching like a movie geared towards kids, they're gonna be obviously more into that. And actually want to pay attention, possibly.
True.
So
For sure. And aren't there like some theaters that are like have rules like you can't bring kids after like 7 o'clock or something like that?
I
think there's
some
think-
have
Yeah.
curfews.
I think
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Alamo
So-
does that for some
Yeah.
showings.
Alamo actually, it's like the default rule is like you can't, there's no under a certain age can't be there like at all, and then under another age can't be there without a parent. And then they also, but they have like showings, and they're usually like during the day on the weekends. They call it Alamo for All. And it's like a little bit more lax rules, and like the age limit is like lifted, and like not that anyone's gonna send their 4-year-old to see a movie by themselves, but you
I
know
hope
what
not.
I mean.
I just I like that. Like that's just
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, like I feel like also like kids like you'd want to see a movie like during the day maybe because that's when they're like awake. I know kids like usually like get
Mhm.
tired out pretty easily.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
that's
more
true.
people,
Same.
more like adults would be more willing to go out during the night because that's when they get off of work and stuff like that. So it just makes sense to
Yeah.
have like, no kids, that are this age or younger after this specific time. And I think I don't
Yeah.
understand why that's more of a widespread rule.
I know the AMC
Yeah.
by where we grew up, not saying where, had like a curfew at
Makes
like a
sense.
certain time. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you like when or what, but I know that was I feel like that's more common at the
I
very
remember
least.
that, but then I think they also did because I think the MPAA kind of has a say in that of
Yeah.
with the ratings. I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I remember them changing that rule, but then they made it into something that was like I think after 8 o'clock you have to be you're supposed to be a certain age.
Mhm.
So well that was the same thing. That was the curfew. But then I think they also had the R. Well, I think during the day you could see like PG-13 movies, but then at a certain hour they made it to where you had to have like one adult that was with you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking it was just the curfew actually. Maybe
Yeah.
they didn't change that cuz I just remember there being a part where at some point you had to have an adult accompany
Interesting.
you. And then I think R-rated movies is always just been you have to have someone 17 or older.
Did you guys know? And I didn't even know this was a thing until it happened to me. So I'm pretty sure this was when I went to go see Hereditary, and I went to go see my friend Matt, and
Okay.
we had met up at or I beat him to the theater, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy our tickets, and you just pay me back." And I was 20 years old at the time, and for some reason, you have to be 21 years to buy more than one rated R ticket.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Guess that makes sense just so you're not 18-year-olds aren't buying tickets for like younger kids.
You know what? I think that's the thing of like, yeah, you have to be in order to like accompany someone to an R-rated movie, you have to be at least 21.
Oh yeah.
And so that's like what the rule, or that's like why that rule is a rule. That's a really
Were you
stupid
buying the
rule.
tickets in person?
yes, I was in person.
So they
and
like
I,
carded you?
well, yeah, I was like, "Can I have 2 tickets to Hereditary?" And they were just like, "Yeah, can I see your ID?" And I was like, "Why?"
I
I
don't
was
see.
like-
I just wonder because I don't think that's an issue when you like buy it online
Oh yeah.
Huh.
because they're not going to be able to. I mean, I think the philosophy there is that that whoever like rips your ticket is supposed to then ask you, but like
yeah,
how many times have we bought like student tickets? I mean, you would never know. Like I could have technically bought a student ticket, but what if I had like dropped out of school but was still around?
yeah.
Like they wouldn't
Right.
know that I'm not a student. They just look at me and say, "Oh, he's probably a student." So it's probably one of those. That is
Yeah.
interesting though that they actually like
Yeah,
did card you.
I was shocked. I was like, "Do I not look 17?" He's like, "No, you just have to be 21 to buy more than one." And I was just like, "Really?" And I didn't give her shit because she's just doing her job. and enforcing
Yeah.
the rules. But I was just like flabbergasted. I was like, couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just couldn't buy 2 tickets, but I did not know that.
That's
That's
kind of
weird.
that's. I wonder if that's a theater regulation or an MPAA regulation.
That's a good question. It was an AMC.
Either way, that's kind of stupid to me because R rated is like rated for 17 and older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you have to be 21? Like,
Yeah.
The what I'm
You
kind
have
of
to-
envisioning with that is like maybe you have some like 15-year-old kids hanging around a theater and like asking people like, oh hey, can you buy me this ticket so I can go to this movie, and that shit maybe, and this maybe I don't know.
I guess.
I guess they assume
That's
people
just-
over 21 to be more responsible.
I mean, I don't know. The MPAA is kind of stupid to begin with.
Yeah, and a lot of
so.
these rules is you pretty easy.
I
to
mean,
get
I've been
around
watching
them.
R-rated. I don't even remember when I just was like, yeah, it's R-rated. Who cares?
Yeah,
it
I
was
don't-
definitely before I was 17. Like
For
the same
sure,
thing
for
with
sure.
video games. Like I played M-rated games when I was in middle school, and then I just realized one day, like, oh, I can finally like go buy M-rated games without being asked, "Are you 17?"
Yeah.
I just think that 21. I mean, that's like basically they're saying, yeah, you have to be able to buy a beer before you can buy 2 R-rated tickets.
Yeah. It was just
Yeah.
That's just kind of weird to me.
It was pretty weird, but I was just like,
It is really
okay,
weird.
whatever. I'll play by your rules.
I was completely off topic.
You win this
but
time.
Yeah.
It's always kind of fun
Go
that
ahead,
like
Steven.
there's a lot of other things that carry the same like I guess the same age requirement as being 21, which is assuming just off of like the drinking age. It's kind of like just follow that same guideline. It's just I don't know.
Right.
This is the random thought that's popping me. Like they follow that same guideline. That
Yeah.
I kind of wish that
Yeah.
like 18. would be
18
just-
makes more sense to me.
I think 18 should just be for like everything.
Yeah.
now, don't you guys?
Well,
Am I
is
alone in that
tobacco-
sentiment?
Tobacco's 18, right?
yeah,
Tobacco
but
is
they're
18
thinking about
for
raising
now.
it. Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
You can buy tobacco.
So you can give yourself cancer,
you can die
before
for
you can
country.
just lose your liver.
Yeah.
You can die for country. You can vote, and determine the fate of our country if you want to put it in those terms. Not really, but whatever.
But you can't buy an R-rated movie ticket.
More than one. You can buy one, just not 2.
Right, you can buy
Yeah.
one, just not 2.
I don't know.
What
I
if you had
feel
just
like,
left and came back to the thing? You're like, I want one R-rated movie ticket, please.
I mean, I was just like already there. I was like, all right, give me just a singular movie ticket, I guess.
Just
Whatever.
defeated.
That's weird. Yeah.
Thanks for being an inconvenience upon my life.
Yeah.
Dang. Movie theaters, it's just an interesting
Industry.
culture.
Do you think that's ever gonna die out now
No.
with like streaming and
No.
It's got
you
to.
being able to watch almost pretty much whatever?
Steven
you want?
Spielberg will say, will whine and cry before that happens. I don't think so. I mean, honestly, sometimes I really hate going to movie theaters just because, but only just because of the people. Like, this is like, anyone that knows me knows that I'm very picky and particular about what happens in a movie theater. And like, I've gotten better over the years. I used to be really bad about like any noise would just instantly anger me. But I'm like a lot better and more relaxed now. But the thing I hate the most, and call me antisocial or whatever, but ever since that most of the theaters have moved away from just open seating to reserve seating, they have to pack the theater because obviously having those recliners reduces the amount of seats that they can have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't buy, like, okay, so if I go online to reserve my tickets and there's 2 people that have picked seats and I don't want to sit by them and I skip a space and then try to buy the 2 seats next, like the next 2 seats, it won't let you. If
Yeah.
you can't leave a single seat unoccupied when you do that.
So you
Which-
have to sit next to the person.
Either that or I guess I'd have to skip maybe 2 seats.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would work, but that just like, I don't know. It's definitely not fair of me to say that probably because everyone should be able to get in the theater, but I just also hate the fact that you pay so much for tickets and then you tell me like, first you make me pay ridiculous amounts for tickets and concessions.
And fees,
And then it
if
used
you're buying
and
online.
fees. Yeah, luckily I have Cinemark's movie club thing, which means I don't have to pay for fees.
Mhm.
But there's plenty of people that can't afford that. And then they take away, like, now a lot of theaters there's no open seating. Like, I think there should still be maybe a couple theaters that you can just go in and sit anywhere.
Right.
But so now they give me the convenience of buying my tickets early, but I can't sit necessarily where I want to sit. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess it's just to go see a movie and you can see pretty well from anywhere in the theater, but
Yeah.
I'm so used to years of like getting to the theater early and being first in to get like perfect middle seats that it's just like,
Yeah.
I guess it's still the same.
now I gotta sit next to people.
It's still the same kind of concept. You just gotta be the first one to
Yeah.
get online to do it.
Yeah. But
Can't punch anyone out to get a nice seat.
Yeah.
Gotta
I
virtually
just-
punch them out.
it all goes back to theater etiquette. Like when I saw Infinity War a second time, there was this dude that like he like sat down, and the moment he sat down, his stench just filled the air.
Oh,
And luckily I wasn't
no.
sitting next to him, but my friend was sitting right next to him, and I felt bad for her because he did not smell pleasant at all, and she had to deal with
God.
that the entire 2.5 hour movie. And I was like, anytime he would shift around a lot, I'd smell it, and I was just like, oh my god, like, get some class,
That's-
go take a shower, then come to the
Yeah.
movies.
Deodorant,
Like, no one
maybe?
wants to deal with that.
I mean,
No,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Crazy.
you gotta kind of
That's just
expect
like
that a
that's
little
not even
bit.
theater etiquette. That's just
That's
common
general.
courtesy.
Yeah.
But that's where my point of like, well, I'd love to be able to not have to sit right next to someone in case
Yeah.
that they're like really annoying. Then whatever.
Ask someone to switch
But-
seats.
It's okay.
Same.
Yeah,
You don't have
or
to sit
just go
next to
tell
me
the
next time.
people and say, "Hey,
I'll get
go
you
kick this
deodorant."
person out." I need to try going to Alamo more. I've only been there once
Oh, it's
to
awesome.
see a free screening, which was good. But I was also like the farthest left side of the theater in kind of
Oh,
the
yeah,
front
I remember
section,
that.
so
Yeah.
it was okay, but not ideal. I want to
Yeah.
see something that's like more centered.
Their food's not bad either.
It's just
It isn't.
expensive.
It is expensive.
is-
Actually, okay, I
that's
was
just
like
theater stuff,
doing
though.
doing the math. I think if you go to Alamo and you just get like a Coke and some popcorn, you would spend the same just about as you would at a normal movie theater. So that might be the move.
Just popcorn.
Just
Yeah,
like-
I mean,
So just
Yeah,
popcorn
just
and
get,
drink. Okay.
Coke and a popcorn because
So
it's
they
like
so they get you with the like meals.
yeah, the meals
Yeah.
because it's like 12, 13 like minimum
Yeah.
to get a meal, but it's only like I think it's like $4 for the Coke, which if you get that with a meal, it's like of course that's a lot. And then I want to say the popcorn is no more than like 10, which at a movie theater if you get the large popcorn, which is the only one that has the like refills, it's at least 11, at least from what I've seen.
Will Alamo do they only have one size popcorn, or do they have
they
multiple?
only only have bottomless popcorn.
Oh, it's bottomless. Okay, so that's
yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah. So
I was about to say, are they refillable?
yeah, not sponsored by Alamo, by the way.
no, not yet.
Do they have a membership thing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they have, not like a. Are you
Not
talking
like
about
a
like
s-
a movie pass thing?
Yeah,
Or
like that.
Like a
No,
rewards thing?
not yet.
Okay.
It's in a couple test markets right now. I think that they're going to implement it.
Okay.
I think it's coming to North Texas soon. I might try to do it when it comes out. Honestly,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the one where it's unlimited movies?
I think so. I think that's the one that they're
Oh,
trying.
someone in a class of mine, I think, is actually like in the beta.
Oh, for real?
Like
Really?
they were
Oh, that's
able to get
cool.
early access. And
I
I think
want
it's
to-
I think it's like $20 a month. So it's
Yeah.
a little steeper, but you get like
A lot.
unlimited
For
movies.
unlimited? Yeah.
And, their food's
And then
fantastic.
probably other perks.
Yeah.
So
But they definitely get you. They definitely get your money. There's like a full service bar, and
Yeah.
like we mentioned before, the food which is actually pretty decent. That's definitely where they get their money from.
and they have like their seats are pretty nice.
They are.
I like their seats.
I thought their seats were some of the best I've sat in, and they have like a good range of like screens. Like I didn't realize that because some of the like Movie Tavern, I'm pretty sure for the most part has just standard screens, but Alamo has standard and large format.
Yeah.
So
Tyler, there's a wait list
What's
form on Alamo Draftcast's website for the Alamo Season Pass beta.
Oh, for
that's
real?
I think she got on the wait list is what it was.
Hop
She
on
was on
that.
the wait
Right
list
on.
for it.
So
Dang.
there you
Yeah,
go.
as soon as I get a job, I'll do that.
Honestly,
Assistant job.
if like right now that wouldn't be worth it because I just don't go see that many movies. But I also with Cinemark, I only get like one free movie a month, but then each other one is a standard price. But for $20 to go see like unlimited movies, that wouldn't be the worst.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
Only
think it
if
would just
only if like
depend.
enough good movies are coming out though.
Yeah.
So like it would just depend on like the time. Like sometimes you get your money's worth, and sometimes probably not so much.
Yeah, I mean if there's other good perks, then
Yeah, but if you
which
saw
I
like
would
what
assume.
2 movies a month, then you would pretty much, be getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably 3, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm down for that. I think I'm all for that.
I mean, so far, like, the good thing about the Cinemark one is that credits roll over. So, like,
That's right.
when my mom and I wanted to go see Endgame, we went and saw it in, like, XD at Cinemark, totally, ticket-wise, totally free. Because I had already, like, I had 2 tickets rolled over. So we didn't even pay for tickets. We just had to pay for concessions, which I got 20% off. So even that was not that much. Like, it was $10 to go to the movies that day. To go
insane.
see Endgame and XD. So it was crazy.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, we're over an hour.
Yeah.
I got a good little discussion today.
Yeah, I think
Too.
so.
Just about movies and TV.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
just mostly
Jared's playing
movies.
League.
Is he?
He is.
Oh, you could have been in.
He's probably playing with
Oh,
Jay.
He's playing with Jay.
Jay.
Jason.
Oh my
Oh, wait.
god.
Yeah.
We'll just get Jason for the 5-stack.
There we go.
All right. We done?
Good.
Yeah.
Do we need to
right.
wrap this up formally
Yeah.
and then sync clap?
Well,
well,
Tyler needs to.
Oh, we gotta tell. Don't just give away our secrets. Well, yeah. So this is a good little discussion about movies and ideas surrounding movies.
Yeah.
What a good time.
Here's a little final
Um,
disclaimer. If you go to the movies, be respectful, shut your mouth, eat your popcorn quiet,
Shower.
don't take out your phone. It's 2 hours. No one on your Snapchat cares about you that much.
Damn.
True.
Either that or stay home.
Yeah. Please be respectful.
That's
Please
fair.
and thank you.
That's fair. Just in life, be respectful. You know.
Honestly.
That's a good value to have.
Yeah.
And shower.
Showering is also very good value.
Deodorant is good for you.
So I think that'll about wrap it up for today's episode of the Hooligans podcast with a name.
Honestly, the Hooligans podcast is kind of growing on me.
Hooligans podcast
It
sounds
might
fine
as,
to
it
me.
might as well
we
just
might
be that.
we might just end up calling
Majority
it
rule
that.
right here.
Wow.
Um,
we came up with it during a recording. That's amazing.
We did it.
This is history in the making.
Don't forget to do all the things like subscribing and stuff.
Liking.
Hopefully eventually we'll get these on like audio platforms. And yeah, if you want to see anything, if you want to hear us talk about anything, we put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Shoot us an email, thehooligansmedia@gmail.com.
Let us know your worst theater experience.
In the comments
Tell
below.
us your worst theater experience in the comments. And your favorite Pixar movie.
That's it.
Yeah.
And what you're looking forward to seeing.
Yeah.
And your social security number.
All right. Well, I think that's it. See ya, everybody.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.